in the moment, in the future. We know that being in the moment puts us in the flow. But how can we be in the moment when we're imagining how things will be in the future? Isn't imagining ourselves after we achieve our goal the same as living in the future? It can be. If the focus is, things are okay now, but they will be great later, the focus is on the future. And the subtext is, things are not so good now. We can be in the present while imagining the future when we focus on how good it feels right now to imagine what we will have. We can experience that intense feeling of achievement right now without considering the realistic view that those things are not manifested and that we really have no idea how to make them happen. We can be fully in the moment, remembering an event in our past or creating a future event in our mind. When we start having regret about the past or anxiety about the future, we start to be stuck and are no longer in the flow. This can't fail. The meaning is not that you will definitely get what you want. It means that entering into the world of manifestation with any anxiety that if it doesn't work out it'll be a failure is a bad idea. When you rely on the concept of success and failure to determine how you feel about your progress, you automatically block your progress. You are doing this for you. No one else is sitting with a stopwatch to see if you can break your own manifestation record. No one is looking at you, making sure you visualize correctly. No one else has a meaningful interest in you achieving your goal other than you. Your interest, however, is to feel good. So feel good. Thoughts like, what if I don't manage to get what I set out to do, will haunt you to some degree. But that's not totally a bad thing. Your reaction to them is the key. You could say, thank you for worrying, but since this is for me, as long as I'm in the moment, everything is just right. The less you identify with success and failure thoughts, the weaker and more seldom they will become. Mysterious ways, surprising means. While our goal may just be to be happy, we have to have some idea of what we want. We have to let go of knowing how it will come to us. When we focus on how, we are constraining the subconscious ability to make things happen for us. We trust the subconscious because it has resources far beyond our understanding. The subconscious is plugged right into the zero-point field, the internet of all the universe, and the brain of life itself. Let it do its work and don't question or guess the means in which the package will be delivered. The whole point is that from where we stand, we probably can't see the events that will start the ball rolling and put us where we want to be. If we did see it, we'd be already there. As an example, if you wish for a mate, it is probably not going to be the person you have been unsuccessfully chasing after for years. So setting your intentions on getting to date that specific person is silly and defeats the purpose. How about this intention? I am dating someone amazing that I love. This way, you open yourself up to whichever way your subconscious chooses to deliver that person to your door. It will, and you will go, holy cow, I had no idea. That is going to be fun. Showing up. So by now your intention is set. You let go of trying to control the process, and you let go of doubts and the fear of failure. All you have to do now is be present and listen for cues. Don't resist anything. Don't say no to anything. Say yes to everything. You are an actor on the stage of creation. The lines are fed to you as you need to say them, and you marvel at just how it's all falling together. The whole scenario of letting go and just allowing the subconscious to guide us may seem a bit counterintuitive. After all, aren't we supposed to take charge and drive the process? Yes, by setting the agenda, being creative in your imagination, and being present as it is all coming together. There are things we were meant to do, and there are things we're able to do, but do very poorly. You can and should be part of the creation process. Just know your place. Know what form your involvement should take and stick to it. Explore explaining your goal. Another method you may find useful is simply to speak directly to the powers within you to explain your goal and your desire to accomplish it. It is easier to avoid negative thoughts while you emphatically describe what you want. Of course, that does involve talking to yourself aloud. So if you have an issue with that, either get over it or just don't do it. Personally, my problem with talking to myself is that I tend to do it when other people are around. Unintentionally, of course. My wife will often ask me to whom I'm talking, so I'll explain the whole conversation and then get back to it. The shower is a great place to have conversations with people, and they have no idea you're naked. This method of talking to your subconscious or ego or whatever worked great for me when about a year ago I wanted to get back in shape. As many others do, I had a horrible time getting back into it after some time off. What I did is firmly explain to my subconscious that while I have no chance to go against it in a battle of wills, I happen to be the one setting the agenda around here. I told it that while procrastination was a habit I got it used to and tolerated, it is no longer going to be acceptable. Further, I told it that not only will it no longer stand in my way, it is now responsible to be on alert. Whenever the thought of going to run passes through my head, it is responsible for getting me upstairs to put on my running gear and getting me outside. It worked like a miracle. In the following weeks, I found myself out running without even remembering how I got there. Once the subconscious is behind us, everything is possible. We think going to work out is difficult, as is anything else we avoid, for that matter. But the reality is that the subconscious works really hard to prevent us from doing what we try to do. For the subconscious, having you put on your gear and go running is just as easy as making you procrastinate and distracting you. Finding an alternative activity and everything that goes along with it is no easy task. So give it a shot. Explain to yourself and your subconscious and your ego that there are new rules. Out loud, explain the new agenda, the goal, and assert your command. Explain in detail what actions you expect and what will no longer be tolerated. This method may be useful for you and may even be fun. Making your goal sustainable. Whatever we manage to manifest in life, we should also align our long-term beliefs with it. Even if the manifestation has its intended result, when our deep-rooted core beliefs are not aligned with it, the situation can revert to how it was. Make sure to focus on writing new beliefs to match at the same time that you work on manifesting things and situations. Along with this, I am dating someone wonderful, add this, I have a beautiful, meaningful, long-term relationship. Or, along with, I am driving a new car, add this, I take care of my property and enjoy it for a long time. What is the difference between those two affirmations, and why is it important? The first affirmation will get you what you want. The second will have you keep it. If you manifested money in your life, you will have money, but you may still lack the ability to be comfortable having it. The result will be that you will soon after lose that money. Holding on to what you have is not at all a given thing. Affirmations for attaining anything must be coupled with affirmations that will make you at peace with having that thing in the long term. About meditation. While I believe meditation can be an amazing part of your life, I could never get myself to meditate. The reason I'm making this point is that in this age of self-discovery, power of intention, live in the moment, and quantum new world, it is easy to believe that nothing good can happen unless you meditate regularly. This is just plain wrong. Meditation, yoga, tai chi, or any other such discipline can be a powerful tool. If you use them, they are great, and if you don't think twice about it. There are many things that if you do them, you may be taking a step back, but there is no single thing you have to do to be happy. There are many ways to go about it. At the same time I'm writing this, I'm fully aware that if I did meditation regularly, I would probably experience life in a much deeper way and understand myself, my subconscious, my ego, and the universe on a deeper level. I also believe that a time will come when I will find myself sitting on the floor, having just been in deep meditative state, happy and all. When that day comes, I'll know, because I'll find myself sitting with my eyes closed, focusing on my breath. At this point, meditation is not a priority for me, and I'm not losing sleep over it. If meditation is a priority for you, make sure not to push yourself on it. Instead of resolving to start regular meditation sessions just to realize the temporary nature of such resolutions, maybe go a different route. Imagine yourself as a person who meditates. Your first meditation should be imagining yourself meditating regularly. Do that a few times and it will start to stick. If meditation is a part of your path, then you will get to be meditating. Forcing it or making an effort will not get you the results you want. What about prayer? The subject of whether prayer work or not is a sort of debate I consider a fantastic waste of time. I can tell you right now, and you can quote me on this, prayer always works, just mostly not how you may expect it to. What does it mean? Isn't a prayer a personal thing? Is there a right and wrong way to pray? Yes, there is. Here's a short version. When you say, God, I'm poor, why did you make me poor? I want more money. Or, God, please, I want to score with that hot chick from Dunkin' Donuts. You're focusing on what you do not have. Your focus is being poor or you wanting something you don't have. In prayer language, you do not get what you ask for, you get what it is you focus on. In the first example, the focus was on the not have, the poor and the frustration. The second prayer was far too specific. What you want is not this girl or boy. What you want is a great girl or boy, one that fits you and will love you. It might end up being that same person, but the focus is on feeling great in a relationship, not the mechanics or checkmark of scoring with someone specific. The correct way to phrase the same prayers would be, God, I am so grateful for everything I have. Thank you for making sure that I always have everything I need, just as I need it, and that I never lack anything. And, God, thank you for having an amazing girl planned out for me. I know I will be meeting her soon and just can't wait. Personally, I'm not religious, but I'm certainly not an atheist. Giving advice on prayer may seem a bit questionable, but really, regardless if you believe that God makes things happen or have another name for it, the same principles apply.